Go. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Hopefully you can see me. Good morning. I hope you're well. It's so lovely to be here this morning. I'm just making sure that we are live. Yes, we are. That is fantastic. I will keep an eye on the comments. If you can see me, do say hello, as always. I can see there's some people watching. Do say hello. I don't bite. Good morning, everyone. I'm Chrissa. I'm the founder of Sunshine Support. So I'm here this morning to chat to you about Send again, twice in a week. How lucky are you? Not lucky at all. Do say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if there's any hot spots. Let me know any challenges you're facing at the moment. We're celebrating at Sunshine Support here this morning because it's our day of Send. We're very, very excited. Oh, hi, Rachel. Rachel says, really grateful for you all doing this day. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So we've got our day of Send today. Woo! I'm going to do a slightly different Facebook Live this morning and YouTube Live. We're streaming over both platforms. I asked you all on Wednesday when I did my last live stream, what was your biggest challenges right now in the world of Send in terms of accessing a suitable education? Excuse me. And it was a really big question. I appreciate that. And boy, did you answer. There's so many messages, so many comments. Absolutely brilliant. Well, not brilliant, because sadly there's loads of barriers and challenges. But you asked us lots and lots of questions. So I'm going to do a slightly different Facebook Live and YouTube Live this morning. And I'm going to answer some of them for you. Morning, Kat. Hello. So if you're watching, please do say hello. And of course, as always, if you know anyone who thinks, you think this will be really beneficial for, please do tag them. So one of the first questions I'm going to come to is Joe messaged us to say the biggest barrier for my child right now is that there are enormous delays to the EHC needs assessment process. There are no educational psychologists, and so despite what is being said about the process taking 20 weeks, there is no choice. We have to wait years for our EHC needs assessment to be done. Now, this seems to be quite a common problem at the moment, and I'm going to unpick this a little bit. The EHC needs assessment process, it has to be completed within 20 weeks. And it's important that parents and teachers know that in order to ensure that the council sticks to this as closely as possible, you've got to know your rights. Sadly, if you allow them to delay it, then they will. It's like, chasing debts, for instance. If the debts are never chased, people don't pay them. This is exactly the same thing. So you've got to keep on at them, but you also need to know your rights, because there's no point in you just shouting loudly, because they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to take you seriously. So if you know your legal rights and you hold them accountable at every stage of the process, there will be far less of a delay. Now, I can't guarantee there won't be a delay, because I appreciate that local authorities are underfunded, they're under-resourced, but at the same time, sadly, those who shout the loudest and understand better will get heard more. So what I recommend is that if this is a problem that you are facing at the moment, attend Jess Ward's webinar today at 12:45. So this is all as part of our day of Send. So at 12:45, Jess will be talking all about your child's legal rights through the EHCP process. She'll be talking about appeals. She'll talk about what to do when the council go over the deadline. So this is really, really important. She'll be talking about pre-action legal letters, which some people still don't know about. So let's get that information out there. Let's upskill you, arm you, empower you. She'll also be talking about something called judicial review. Now, this all sounds very legal, and it's meant to be, because as parents, the majority of us are not solicitors, are we? So it's important that we understand this stuff. It's not stuff that we were trained to do, and it's all part of, in my opinion, the send parent tax. It's the stuff you don't have to do with your children if they don't have additional needs. But the minute your child has additional needs, you've got to know this stuff. So if you're interested and you need to know more about the legal side of things and your legal rights, and more importantly, your child's legal rights, then attend that webinar at 12:45 today with Jess Ward. It's going to be incredible. Now, the next question I've been asked is, the council says, this is from Sarah, and she asks, the councillor said that the social care need to be part of the EHC needs assessment process, and that terrifies me. I've had early help involved for a while and I don't find them useful. Can I refuse the social care assessment? And if I can't refuse, what should I expect? Sarah, I know this all too well, sadly, and I know how terrifying this is because I've been through it myself. Now, what I must say, and what I can say, should I say, is our wonderful Nicole is so well versed with social care cases. Now, Nicole is one of our advocates here, and she's hosting a webinar today at 2:45, where she's going to be talking all about social care in Send. So whether you watch that live or you watch it on catch up, make sure you access it. If you watch it live, what's brilliant is that you can ask Nicole questions. She's going to be talking all about social care's involvement in Send, the different types of teams that there are within social care, how you exercise your rights, but also what to expect, because sadly, it can become quite a slippery slope, and you hear these stories and it can be exceptionally terrifying. So it's really important that we understand what to expect, what our rights are. So like I say, Nicole's going to be doing that today. She's going to be going through all about the social care processes, child protection processes, things for you to look out for, understanding your legal rights. That's at 2:45 today, and you can ask questions, remember. So make sure you tune into that one. Now, another question we've been asked is, Jessica has asked, as message to ask, I am a teacher. I want to make my classroom more inclusive, but we aren't given much budget and we certainly haven't had the training. Will you be sharing any information on how to help send children in the mainstream classroom? I would love some ideas on how we can get more help for the children, and also some hints and tips to improve my teaching. That would be great. Ah, Jessica, this warms my heart because I love teachers like you. I love teachers who are open-minded. And sadly, an awful lot of our teachers these days are completely burnt out. There's so much pressure on them. But anyway, the answer is yes, you are absolutely in the right place. So for those of you watching, and there's quite a few now, you may or may not know that we have a lot of ex-teachers here at Sunshine. So there's quite a few things that I can signpost you to. So we've got a webinar this morning. First thing, it's our first webinar at 9:30. It's with Lindsay, who is a very experienced head teacher, and she heads up our school offer here at Sunshine. And Emily as well. And Emily's a fantastic Senko. So she was a Senko before she came to us. They're going to be talking all about Send and schools. They'll be sharing loads of information on what you can do, and they'll be asking as a teacher, but also as a parent, to understand, what are reasonable adjustments, what can I ask for? And also as a teacher, what are parents expecting from reasonable adjustment requests? They'll also be helping you to understand, EHCPs, your legal duties, and so much more. So that is fantastic. That is a really valuable resource, because this is not stuff they teach you during your teacher training. And then after that, straight after at 11:30, there's about a 15-minute gap, I think, between webinars today. Gabby, who is a very experienced Senko here at Sunshine, and she used to actually head up a language provision for children with speech, language and communications difficulties. Gabby's going to be doing a really fun workshop, and I've seen her presentation. You might have seen me present it to one of my reels yesterday because it was absolutely brilliant. So she's going to be running a workshop on all about helping children learn vocabulary, because we're seeing a lot in the press at the moment that because of COVID, we're seeing a real dip in children's vocabulary. And so these are fantastic games and strategies for teachers and parents alike to be able to use. And they're really brilliant. And afterwards, you actually get to take away those slides so you can keep them. So they're there as prompts for you all the time. So she's going to be going through some great games for you to try, like I said, in school and at home. And we also have a whole section on our Sunshine Academy dedicated to teachers. And there's not just webinars, but online support. So if you've got a question, rather than wait terms and terms for that ed psych to come in, just pop on to our Sunshine community for teachers and ask your question. And somebody will answer you very, very quickly. It's normally within one working day. So it's much, much faster than waiting for that EP to come into school. So once you sign up for the Day of Send, by the way, you get access to all of this. Now, we've got a teachers section and a parents section on the Sunshine Academy, both phenomenal resources. So I'll come to one more question, and then I'm going to have a little look in the comments to see if anybody has sent any questions in there. Andrew asked, we're in the middle of the EHC needs assessment process. It's a minefield. Absolutely feel you there. We're getting there slowly, but I'm aware the EHCP is a legal document. So how do we make sure it's worth the paper it's written on? What do we need to look out for? Well, Andrew, again, you're in the right place. From about 5:15 today onwards, all the way through to the end of the Day of Send, we've got our remarkable Kelly Jarvis speaking to you all about EHCPs. So she's going to be online from about 5:15. There's going to be a few breaks in between, but pretty much all the way up to the end of the day, 8:30, 9 o'clock, which is a lovely Friday night for her. I do feel for her. But she's going to be talking all about EHCPs. She's going to be giving you, so our first webinar is all about giving you 10 vital points that you need to be aware of within the EHCP. But her last webinar of the day is going to be talking about all about the content of your EHCP. You know, her webinar is titled, Is My EHCP Any Good? So she's going to be giving you some fantastic top tips to make sure that your provision is legally binding. And she's also got an hour in between where she's going to be dedicating that hour to answering your questions. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant because you will have done the day, learned so much, and I'm sure you're going to have loads of questions about how can I get these provisions in my EHCP. Kelly is going to be able to answer them. So in terms of Kelly's experience, Kelly was a head teacher before she came to Sunshine of a flagship specialist residential school. She's absolutely phenomenal. But she heads up our advocacy and consultancy division here at Sunshine. She's been with us now, I think, 4 years. It's amazing. She's really highly regarded for her work in this field. So my question to you then is, are you signed up and ready to go? If not, get yourself signed up now. So I'll pop the actual link to get signed up into the comments, but make sure that you're signed up and ready to go. Now, the cost for today, for the entire day, this is not a ticketed event. You sign up and you can access the entire day for just $10.99. Honestly, there's no catch. $10.99 will get you access to the entire day. So 8 webinars over 12 hours. That's how much we're going to be doing for you today, which is fabulous. And you'll also, for that $10.99, you'll get access to our membership platform, the Sunshine Academy. You can continue with your membership then after today if you want to. It's just $10.99 a month. And there are hundreds of courses, quizzes, community areas where you can ask questions. We've got meditation guides. We've got home learning. We've got all sorts of stuff on there for just $10.99 a month. I mean, it's much better value for money than Netflix, just saying. So here's a quick rundown anyway of the day. Let me go through it. So 9 a.m. That's where we are now. Welcome. 9:30, we've got our Send and Schools with Lindsay and Emily. Then at 11:30, we're going to be helping Send children learn vocabulary with Gabby. At 12:45, we have legal procedures in Send with Jess. At 2:45, we have social care and send with Nicole. Then at 4 o'clock, we are going to be talking about the right to choose scheme with the NHS. So increasing your chances of getting a diagnosis or assessment, at least this year. That's with Nicola. Then at 5:15, we're going to be covering 10 vital points of your EHCP with Kelly. Kelly will then be opening up a Q&A at 6:30. And then at 7:45, she's going to be going through, is my EHCP any good? Lot of info in one day, Victoria. I absolutely agree. Rachel says, I'm a member and I just want to say it's fantastic. Love it, Rachel. This is exactly what I would have needed at the start of my journey, I know. Very, very valuable comment as well from one of my colleagues. If you can't make the webinars live, don't worry. They'll all be on the Academy. So you can watch them on playback, on demand. So maybe that's your weekend setup right there. Morning, Lauren. I'm just going through some of the comments. Let's have a look. Yes, so I think there's been a question about, will it come through on this, please? I'm a member, but I can't remember if I've registered. Yes, so if you're a member of the Sunshine Academy, log in and it's there for you. You'll be able to see it. But we've also put a video guide for you in the comments so that you could just have a quick watch of that now before we go live at 9:30. Have a quick watch. Make sure you're well versed with the platform. So get signed in now. Leave me. Go for it. You can abandon me at this point if you want to. Go and get yourself signed in and get completely ready. Go and get yourself a cuppa ready for our 9:30. It's all kicking off there. Gabby says, so Gabby is our Gabby Sunshine, who's going to be doing the 11:30 webinar this morning. Gabby says when she was a Senko, she signed up to the Sunshine Academy, and she found it really, really useful. Okay, so I think I've just missed one comment. Lauren says, I can't afford it this week. I'm gutted to be missing out. Don't worry. Just sign up when you're ready, Lauren. And the content will still be there. So without further ado, then let's get cracking. So I'm going to go and start watching now, 9:30. We're going to be watching Send and Schools with Lindsay and Emily. So good luck to my fellow colleagues who are doing this absolute marathon of a day. Have a great day, and I hope you all enjoy. Speak to you soon. Bye.